Fate has a funny way of working itself out. Just a week and a half ago, I put Dardoch on the thumbnail of a Team Liquid video, kind of like going over the history of some of the rosters and the history of NA at Worlds. I didn't think I would get the chance to put him back on a thumbnail for a while, but here we are. So, we got a lot of headlines to get through, a lot of things to talk about today, but let's start off with the LCS. And before we do that, if you're new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and you'll get 3 videos a week, every single week, full-length YouTube videos here, and then a bunch of shorts throughout, as well as on TikTok and beyond. So I appreciate every single one of you as we're on the road to 10K. Let's get into the highlights. Dignitas, after stealing away Game 1 in their series against C9, unfortunately is able to do absolutely nothing with it in Games 2 and 3. It was not pretty. Once C9 found their footing within this series, the jungle mid difference became a bit of a problem. More so jungle than anything else, but have to call a Palafox getting caught out here. 2-1 in favor of C9. On the FlyQuest side, after getting beat pretty bad last week to Lion, a nice bounce back from them. A absolutely demoralizing Game 2 on DSG's part, as they basically get perfect gamed by FlyQuest. There was never one point in this Game 2 where it was even close for a minute. And it just, the problems for DSG could keep compounding week after week. It is just going to be a problem, but good for FlyQuest, getting right back to where you want them to be. On Sunday, Shopify taking on Lion. Lion still without Inspired, and notably, still winning their lanes, especially in Game 2, where Berserker was massively ahead. Saint had an incredible Game 1 on Ahri, hitting every charm that he needed to, seemingly in the right moment. But the draft from Shopify in this second game, not pretty, and Lion took advantage. Multiple games now where Berserker is leaving lane with 1 to 2k gold leads. Just crazy. On the TL side, a whopping 23-minute win in Game 1 that just flipped on its head, but Game 2 being a lot closer. Unfortunately for them, Team Liquid team fights, a thing of beauty right now. Yawn arguably has the best Kalista in the LCS, and it's nice to see him pull it out and just absolutely glide on people points, even if he thinks he didn't get to all that much. TL, another convincing 2-0 alongside Lion, as they're the clear 2 best teams in North America. So let's start off this week with a section called Panic Time. Is it time for you to panic in this situation if you are a fan of this player, this team, whatever it might be? And we're going to start with Dignitas, who are 0-2 within the LCS, who started a rookie in Denethor on the top side. Is it time to panic? My answer coming into today, as of about 4:35 p.m., was going to be yes. It was time, because I think there were very clear weaknesses, specifically XU in the jungle, that just, it wasn't working out. I feel bad for XU. This is realistically, in my opinion, the final chance that he is going to get within the LCS, unless he goes back down to NACL and really proves himself that he has fixed some of the issues. I don't see a reason to give him another shot versus an upcoming talent or somebody that has put in those reps in NACL to see if they can change the next time around. And the reason why this is not a panic time is because Dignitas have made a roster move. On the 10th year anniversary of Team Liquid's Breaking Point, Dardoch is returning to the LCS to jungle for Dignitas. And I'll be honest with you, Dig has been fairly close to some series wins this year, despite being very low in the standings for North America. And Denethor has already showed signs of success. So I think bringing in Dardoch and somebody who can hopefully be on more of the same page and engage at the right times with the team, I think it could lead to good things for Dig. I really do. I hope Dardoch has done well. And the crazy part for this that we were just talking about on stream was that, do you realize how old Dardoch is? I think the common assumption that most people have in their mind is like, oh, he's like 32, like a little bit older. He's been around for quite a while, 10 years, as I said, since Team Liquid Breaking Point. Did you know he was only 18 in that? He's only 28 right now. He's only, I think, 3 or 4 years older than APA. And like some of the guys that are coming out of collegiate that are, 2 to 3 years into their playing careers, Dardoch's not all that much older than these guys. He's just been around for such a long period of time and started so young that he's a household name at this point. I'll be honest, it's exciting to see him back. I'm really excited to watch Dignitas matchups and see like how he is now as a clear veteran within the space. Has he rebounded? Can he be the plug that Dig needs? So no, I don't think it's time to panic for Dig, because now you've seen your org make 2 changes that they've wanted to make to try and reinvigorate this roster and get themselves building towards next year. So yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's shift over to Cloud9, shall we? If you've been following APA's mom on Twitter, and you've been following APA on Twitter, they've been very vocal about him not playing. Now, in Cloud6's interview with I Will Dominate, they said that they are doing the roster iterations in 2-week cycles. So basically, whoever it was starting in week 1 was also going to get the chance to start in week 2. They would not change it until this upcoming week. Is it time to panic for APA and look elsewhere, as Jack has noted that the players are free to look for a starting spot at a different team if they want to, but nobody has chosen to do so yet? I think if you're APA and you do not earn the chance to start this upcoming weekend, then yes, you do see if you can go elsewhere, because your time at C9 is going to be done. And for his mom's tweets and beyond, I know there are some people, and I've seen some C9 fans really say like, oh, this could destroy the locker room culture. And I think if you have a group of people that will take, somebody's mom tweeting out like, my son isn't playing at this point, which she has every right to say, it's her son, and your mom should stand you as like their number one fan and care about you over the organization when the organization is like willing to leave you, willing to do all these, like, yeah, 100% you support your kid. But I've seen it in high school sports. I've seen it in traditional sports where, yes, the parents and the outside things can become distractions and become problems. I'm not saying it is in this situation, to be very clear, but it can be. If APA doesn't start and things do go wrong or sour at C9 over the next few weeks, if they do continue to show signs of struggle and Loki looks iffy, but APA still doesn't go in, I could see this becoming a problem. So in my opinion, is it time to panic if you're APA? If they choose to start Loki again for the next 2-week cycle, yes, time to panic. You look elsewhere, see if you can get a starting spot to maybe, make a last minute run with an org to go to Worlds. I'm trying to think who I would put him with. I mean, maybe you look at Shopify Rebellion and put him in over Zinni at the moment, who I don't think has looked fantastic, and I don't think it really solves much of Shopify's problems, to be honest with you. Palafox has also looked good at Dig so far, so I don't think it's that like big of a change there, unless APA truly is like that much better, but I wouldn't. Call Me? Maybe. Actually, you know what? Maybe DSG and Call Me would be the spot to do so, especially given Call Me's time in the spotlight or controversy right now with him running it down in that Victor game in solo queue. Maybe it's a good thing to bring in APA if they can afford it and want to stay in the league, because right now it does feel like DSG is going to get relegated. There's not even a sense of me needing to have a panic time on DSG. They're like, yeah, it's been time to panic if you're DSG, without question. I said that last week and it retains itself now. So APA, yes, time to panic if you don't get picked. The final one, shifting over to the LCK, and this is my transition over to this topic. GenG, is it time to panic? They went winless at their homestand, the house or home of GenG, the house of GenG. Wait, I forget what they called it. It's blanking in my mind right now. Winless. Not a good showing at your homestand. And in general, GenG just looks like they're falling off, whether that's like the tax situation with Ruler causing controversy and causing problems maybe within the locker room, maybe just they are lacking trust within each other, the roster's just not gelling anymore, whatever it might be. I'll be honest with you, yes, it is time to panic if you are a fan of GenG. There is no sign with this roster that they are going to be top 4 by the end of this year. Like, just looking at the 5 teams that are beside them in the Legends group, okay? And I was going to save this for its own topic, but I might as well just kind of lump in Fenrir with this. You have a short split for the LCK, which means momentum is a hell of a drug for the next month. Like, it's literally just 1 month of play. You have KT who have made moves that have already made them look better without additional practice and without them having time to gel. You could make the argument for honeymoon phase, but again, because it's a short split, that momentum in honeymoon phase could see itself all the way through to the end of the split. You have D plus Kia, who genuinely just look incredible right now. Like, coming off the EWC win, they look great. Now coming back into the LCK, they haven't lost that form at all. So there's an argument to be made that, at least in terms of current trajectory, DK and KT look like the best 2 teams. So yeah, if you're GenG and you already were worse than T1 and Hama Life, who you assume will rebound by the time playoffs comes, yeah, I would be panicked. I would be worried about your future and the ability to make Worlds this year, because if a roster with Chovy doesn't make Worlds, oh God, this will be the end of the GenG era as we've known it. Like, regardless of the LCK titles, the MSI titles, and beyond, if this is how it crashes and burns and you don't even make Worlds with the players that they have, with the caliber of talent that's on that team, oh boy. As a fan, you panic. As an org, I don't think you like, it's not like you're gonna find better players immediately. And like, I don't know what they have in their academy system. I'm not tapped into tier 2 in the LCK. I don't know if they have anybody that they can call up to try and reinvigorate a little bit now that like you have time. But dude, it's bad. For Gen.G, it's bad. Going back to the KT Fenrir stuff, I know a lot of people were upset about it within the TikTok comments of me touching on the subject on how he looks good already and learn the name. I know it was like a very like attention-getting intro to that video. I'm genuinely serious when I say that, because for me, when I'm gauging rookies, even when it's the first week, for me, it is about, do you have those glimpses, those moments that show me that you can develop into something incredible? I'm not expecting you to be amazing right now. There were people that were saying, oh, but the top side carry KT. Yeah, as they should. It's a rookie coming in. I'm not expecting him to come out and carry. But in those moments where he needs to step up and prove himself, like on the Yanar that ended up getting, I think it was like a quad or triple that could have been quadra kill, and he flashes forward. Yes, that's what I want to see from the man. That's what I want to see from a rookie going forward. And that is something that you can build momentum and hype around 100%. So yes, I see the glimpses of glory when it comes to Fenrir as nothing but a positive right now. Does that mean that he's going to be a superstar? No, but it means that he's on the pathway if he can keep his feet on it to getting there. And recognizing those signs and calling them out early is an important part to all of this, and the media game and the spectacle and the storylines. You don't just wait for somebody to blow up all the way, because then you're not telling the story of their rise properly. But if you can document the moments along the way, that's the important part. So yes, I'm really happy with how KT's playing. I'm really happy with the story of Fenrir and what this could ultimately mean for the LCK long term. Final thing we can touch on is the state of the LEC, which has been a hot debate over the weekend, as you had Casual chiming in, you had people mad at the casters on how they were commentating games and the macro mistakes that were happening here. I don't think any of the results that we saw from the LEC this weekend were all that surprising. KC and G2 are still going to be the top 2 teams. There are going to be points where everybody looks weak. And I think the circus of the LEC has always been its entertainment value. It's not the same circus of like the LCK, where it is these high-level teams that are executing, and they have some flubs, but not that many. With the LEC, it's more flubs, but it's still equally as entertaining. I don't know. I'm still enjoying the LEC. Like, maybe this is just an NA fan and Western fan perspective, but like, it's not like it lacks entertainment value. It's still fun to watch. Yes, are the mistakes ugly at points, but you accept that. I think the teams that ultimately go to Worlds for Europe, like, they will look better form by the time the split wraps up. Hopefully. Like, if they don't, then we'll revisit this conversation later. I will eat my words, and like, it's a really bad state, because to be clear, it's not like they're going to beat North American teams. We've already proven ourselves on that front. We're fine. Sentinels ain't going to Worlds for you to have a cupcake matchup, so good luck. But no, I'm very confident that the LEC will clean it up a little bit more come playoffs, and I'm just happy with the Fiesta being what it is. So long as it's entertaining and it makes me want to watch, and yes, I still want to watch even with some of the woes that are happening, that's all that matters to me. Now, there are certain people within the community that definitely need to harp on those things, because like, I'm not going to be the one that helps change that. Obviously, Casual might have more access to players, or communication with coaching staff and being able to make sure that these teams do improve. That's on a different subsection of people. From me as a content creator, and like me as a fan of League of Legends and just watching it, yeah, I don't give a shit how bad it is so long as it looks fun and it passes the eye test to me. So that's your problem, Europe come Worlds, if you are not able to turn it around. Anyways, that's going to be it for me. Wednesday, I'm going to have a very interesting video on this channel. For those of you that don't know, the League Impact Series, which is basically the renamed Game Changers initiative here in North America, they are currently in their open qualifiers, but there are 4 teams that were invited directly into the group stage, one of which is a team that Team Liquid partnered with. And I've got an interview with all the players lined up that you'll get to listen to on Wednesday. Should be fun. So be sure again to sub, check out the channel on Wednesday, where I'll have that interview uploaded. You'll recognize some familiar faces, hopefully get to meet some new ones. And for my TL fans, you get to learn about your sister affiliate. Should be a good time. See you all around. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.